Okay, hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I am just playing my scrapbook with some cool things, and I thought I would share some things with you. It's some wire wrapping and things that you card makers could use. If you guys want to know how to make one of these little bobbly things, see? Pop. So when you open your card, it says hello and it pops up at you. I can show you how to do that. Super, super easy. And then we'll do some cool, I came up with this design. I think it's really cute. And some bead wrapping, like caging techniques and stuff. I'm not sure how much I'll get in this video, but let's get started. So I just want to show you guys, this isn't a hey go get your stuff and watch, just watch and see if it's something you guys want to do, and then we'll go from there. So what you'll need to make, we'll start with this little card making bobble thing. It's really inexpensive. I think this is 24 gauge wire. I believe this is 24. It's very easy to bend. Very, very easy to work with. For this, we're going to use this wire, and I cut an 8-inch piece. 8 inches is a good starting point for me. And you need just your basic round nose pliers. You need your chain nose pliers, can be helpful. Some wire cutters. You know, you can use your snippers like these. Martha Stewart stuff. Ooh, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Martha Stewart tools, they're not long-term tools, but if you're just getting started, you want to find out whether or not you want to do some beading and wire wrapping and stuff like that. I got these for $1.99 each. They're 80% off at my local Joann store. That's what they were last week. I don't know if they're still clearancing all of them, but I picked up some of her tools because they're just as extras, and they're really cheap. So those are good things to have on hand if you're just starting out and you're like, gosh, I didn't even know if I'm going to be interested in it. So you guys might want to look into that. But so I'm also going to use, these are so gnarly. They're all messed up because I use them like crazy. These are my nylon tipped flat nose pliers, and I got these are Bead Buddy ones. There are better ones, and I will be investing in those because I'm doing a lot more working with wire and beads and jewelry, so I'll be getting some much better quality ones, but these are the ones that I started off with. So nylon tipped flat nose pliers, and just some basic stuff. You'll see everything I use. This might look kind of ghetto with my tape here, but I want to stay in film. I'm always going out of the shot, so I'm trying to stay in. So what we're going to do with this 24 gauge, and I want it to be thin and movable because once I spin it, I want it to bounce so I can get that effect on that card. So how I do it is I just start at the very tip, and I make it so that you can't feel it, okay? And I just start twisting it around. Okay, and then it meets up like that. You have a little eye. And then you can either use these chains. Now if this was a jewelry piece or one of these, I would want to use like a nylon covered thing to hold it so that it doesn't mar up my wire. But since this is going to be under a card and I don't really care too much because no one's really going to see it, I'm going to use my chain nose pliers and just hold the wire, and then I'm going to spin it over I'm just going to wrap it over itself, and I'm just making a spiral. Okay, and you just keep going like that all the way around, and you see how it's spiraling? So just keep going around. You'll probably hear my fam in the background. It's New Year's Day. We had a wonderful New Year's Eve. Actually, Dad and I got to go out without the kids. I love my chillins, but Christmas is all about them, so I made New Year's Eve all about us. So Grandma came over and watched them for us, and we got to go out to some friend's house and play some cards and have a couple drinks. It was a good time. Well, I had a couple drinks. My hubby was my driver. He's opted out. So I'm just continuing to wrap it around. You see how that looks? And you can probably see that this is this could be useful in so many things that you do in your craft room. But for the purpose of doing it today, I'm going to show you how to make your card a little bubbly, bouncy thingamajigger bobber. I don't know if anybody has done this before. I just wanted to have some movement in a card that I made recently. I did not record it. For a little guy, and turned it really cute. And I thought I can make this have some movement. That's my thing. In all my projects, I want it to have some movement, some workability, some interest to it, as well as my jewelry pieces. I don't want jewelry pieces to just hang there. I want them to have some interest and some movement, other than when you move, you know what I mean? Maybe don't. So now I'm switching to my nylon ones because they're a little fatter and they can hold it a little bit better for me. And it's just real small movements. It only takes a few minutes, literally, guys. It does not take a long time. Okay, so depending on the size of the bouncy thing that you're going to want, you would just keep going and make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And if it gets a little untwisted, you really don't have to worry about it, guys, because you're just doing it. You're not doing it for the looks of it. You're doing it for the functionality of it. So you can get a little crazy with it. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. I think I'm just going to go all the way to the end. And the trick is to keep it flat for now, because if you start overlapping, it needs to all spiral, not overlap. I can do this great when I'm not recording, so I'm sure while I'm recording it won't turn out as well as I'd like it to, which it didn't, but that's okay. So there's my spiral thing. So then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, poke it right through, and pull it down with my fingers and make a cylinder looking thingamajigger, or cone actually. I did not do well in geometry. There we go. So now you can see it's my little bouncy piece. And then the way that you put it down is super simple. I just use tape. So if this is longer, you can actually maneuver this around, bend it down so that you can tape it down that way. Totally up to you guys how you want to do that. I'm going to snip a little bit off. And then let me find another little something to put on there. Here's a leftover from Christmas. So we'll just use that just for showing you. And my tape is right here. So I just take a couple pieces of tape. And you don't want it to show, so use the appropriate size tape. I mean, you can use a smaller piece if you'd like. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So I'm just going to take this, put the tape in there like that, put it on my card where I want it. There it is. And then you can use double-sided tape to do this. You could glue it on if you would like to do it, but I find the ghetto easy way is just to slip your tape in there. Slip your tape into one of those. You want it to have movement, so if it's not completely straight, it's okay. And then tape it on there, squish it down, and there it is. How cute is that? Super, super easy little bubbly things. You make your own little bubbly head card. Okay? So that's one thing to do with that wire. And I think that that makes the card more fun, especially for the kids. So, and adds dimension and movement. So hopefully you guys found some use with that.